Hey troops, it's Roy Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! So, a couple weeks ago, you've seen me obsessing about the McFarlane Toys Fulcum Abominus figure, and of course, this is the HeroClix thing that I talked about a couple weeks ago. So I've been waiting impatiently and pouting a bit for the pre-order announcement. Well, guess what dropped today? Whole bunch of pre-orders actually, and these are not gold label specials where it's to a specific retailer. The ones I'm going to talk about, these are with retailers in general. So whether it's your favorite big box store, check your local comic book shop store as well, to see what kind of pre-orders they're able to do for you. If you've seen the announcements all over the place, there have been a bunch of figures, and I imagine, just kind of waiting for the holiday season to pass by, everybody to burn through their holiday money, their holiday gift cards, and get ready for new precious. So I'm not going to go through all of them because it's the usual, of course, lots of Batman stuff because we know what pays for the license now, don't we? But want to go over three in particular because they look really cool. The first one is Kalibak from the Dark Side War. This one I just saw kind of on a lark on a preview on McFarlane Toys Facebook page, and no surprise, it's a mega figure. Like before, my own personal diagrams. Why? Because one, I don't trust my skills to copy, paste, and do all that kind of editing junk. And number two, I've seen sometimes folks get in trouble for that. So we're gonna go with my wonderful art. Anyway, the Kalibak figure, like I said, it is it's a mega figure. From the shots in package, it is big. Of course, it's Kalibak, but it is massive Kalibak with his giant club thing. Looks very, very, very cool. The next one is of course the armored Batman from Kingdom Come. Yes. For those of you who have not read the Kingdom Come miniseries by Kurt Busiek and oh dear, I am so sorry, by Mark Waid. By Mark Waid and Alex Ross. What are you waiting for? Go get a copy. Read it. He's one of these seminal pieces of comic book work, period. Not just for DC and blah, 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 blah. And people my age and older going, oh, in a bookend to Crisis on Infinite Earth. I'm going to stop because I'm not going to shut up about it. And 3 hours later, you're going to go, oh, God, he's still talking about that stupid comic. Anyway, one of the iconic iconic heroes, of course, Batman, but his armored Batman in the giant suit and whatnot, and the figure looks beautiful. Like in the comic, a giant wings and, well, as big as you can get to fit in the box and not have it be like $40. The wings are looks like they're, I don't know if they're foldable, but the wingtips, they kind of cut off on an angle at the edges, so obviously it'll fit in the packaging. But it looks spot on to what was in the book. And actually, one of the nice things too is that one of the things I hate is when a figure is armored, the actual stature of the figure is the same as what it normally was. So what you got is this really tiny, skinny person stuck into this armored figure. No, this dude looks like he is in armor. It does look like decrepit Batman shoved into powered armor. The one thing, now for those familiar with the book, he's got this giant arm spike thing that he uses in the final battle in the fourth issue, yada yada yada. That is not with the figure, from what I can tell. I understand why. Because kidding aside, this figure is huge. It is bulky. They crammed every bit of material they could into this figure. So if you're gonna try and cut costs, you're gonna get rid of this thing. But I'm going to be pouty faced geek because I can't. Okay, I'm done. Kidding aside, it looks stunning. the last one I want to talk about, because I'm not going to stop talking about it until this thing comes out and I get my hands on it, and it's my precious. Of course, is the Fulcum Abominus, the Fulcum Abominus from Dark Knight's Metal. And of course, my 2-year-old representation of what it's going to look like. Actually, it does look kind of cool. Anyway, yes, it's Voltron meets Justice League. Okay, the figure does look stunning. It's interesting though, because in the actual on the backs of all the figures you always see the comic book art, and it's interesting to see the contrast between what the figure is going to look like versus what it is in the comic. In the comic, the colors are much darker. Duh, no surprise. I mean, it's Dark Knight's Metal. But also the figure looks a little more. The comic book art looks a little more menacing. Looks a little creepier. Kind of looks like because of the muted colors and the style of the art, it looks almost like a demon. The colors are brighter. It looks like they've kind of trimmed a few things down, so it does not look exactly like Voltron, but to be frank, you do get that feel, but in a cool way. This is also mega figure. I mean, it's not as massive as Kalibak is, but it does fill up the box very well. So it looks like about this. I think it's around the same size. I'm guessing it's going to be the same size as the Mega Spawn figure. Which kind of brings up something ironic, because in some ways it might be running into the same problem. The good news is that you've got these contrasting colors, so it looks really, really cool. But like the Mega Spawn figure, it looks like there are a lot of details that if you're a customizer, you're going, where are my Gundam pins? Where are my Gundam pins? Where's my paint? We got to work on this. Like I said, the contrasting colors do make it look beautiful, but if you're a stickler for details, yada yada yada, you may be tempted to kind of customize it on your own. But yeah, there you go. Those are the 3 biggies. Like I said, there's a ton of other stuff coming up. It's been fun. I've mentioned this a couple times. It's been fun seeing McFarlane Toys not exactly run with it, because this is a higher price point. They're to be frank, they're not like Hasbro, where they have a bajillion other licenses, so that if there are any shortfalls in how much money they make off of a line, the 20 billion X-Men versus Marvel Cinematic Universe, if there are any shortfalls, they got other stuff to back it up. McFarlane doesn't have that massive a cache of licenses, so that they can make Dark Justice, make Legion, as much as love that. And actually, by default, they're kind of making it Dark Justice line. But anyway, it's fun to see the stuff that is coming out. The work looks wonderful as always. Yeah, they're always going to be blah 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 nitpicky stuff. But it looks good. So right now, the release date's given. Like I said, check your online stores, check your comic book shops. The release date given is March. So we're looking at a plus or minus here. If you're an impatient, pathetic dork like me, they might be showing up on the secondary market in February. At least that's what it seems like overseas, because, well, stuff's coming out of China, so they're going to get it earlier. And of course with that, because, I have all the patience of a toddler, the corresponding in price. But like I said, mid-March is the date roughly that I'm seeing on some spots. So keep your eyes open. So there you go. Retail, by the way, for the armored Batman is like $25, $26. For the mega figure, it's still like $40. So at this point, they're trying to kind of, as good as you can, considering how wonky things have gotten in general. Hey, at least they're not made out of eggs, right? Dum. But they're doing what they can. But yeah, so yay, March, woo! So there you go. Just want to do that quick announcement. And I mean, right now it's all over the place. But I figured, what the heck? Well, I'll jump on the bandwagon. Besides, I get to talk about my precious one And you're thinking, you're going to be doing this until March, aren't you? Yes, I am. If you hear a scream of joy coming from the Clintonville area of Columbus, Ohio, around mid-March, that means it arrived. That means I got it out of the box. It's precious. I'm going to leave before this gets any creepier and you go, I think I'll unsubscribe. Anyway, hey, y'all have a good rest of the week. May the force be with you. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor. Especially when you do your pre-order and you're hoping the pre-order comes in when they tell you it's going to come in. And always, most importantly, be good to each other. Okay, peeps. Y'all take care. Peace. Bye.